Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, bringing you a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for love for the week of August 16th through August 22nd, 2026. Out of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we have the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Swords, the Death card, the Temperance card, and the Four of Swords. So a lot of big energy coming in here for you, Cancer. I do feel as though tapping into this energy, you could be sitting in a space where you could feel darned if you do and darned if you don't. I think that this sometimes leads to a lot of self-doubt where you question your own decisions and you really can't tap in enough to get quiet enough to hear your own intuition and guidance on what it is that you're supposed to be doing next or what is your next best move. And I think that the person that you are dealing with can be very demanding. I think that their energy feels a bit scattered. They could be hot and cold with you, and really just unable to commit to you. I think that this is a situation where you feel flooded with emotion as a result of that. Maybe you're questioning yourself, well, why not me, right? It's really your self-esteem has taken quite a hit here working through all of this. And I think that you could internalize this person's behavior as your own personal failures, when in fact it is not a personal failure. It's a reflection of where they're at and the level that they're at and what they are willing and not willing to be able to give to you. So the advice kind of comes in with this, where like if you are a girlfriend, you shouldn't be doing wifely duties. Likewise, if you're a boyfriend, you should not be doing husbandly duties, right? And I think that this all brings in a lot of confusion, and it really only adds to the conflict because there's a lot of internalized feelings building up beneath the surface. And I think that the song that comes in with that is that Should I Stay or Should I Go? I think it's called The Clash by The Clash. Should I stay or should I go? And so this is really a question in the lyrics. You can hear it. Should I stay? If I stay, there will be trouble. And then if I leave, there will be double, right? You could feel as though if you were to leave the situation's issues could be compounded, or the two of you, your issues can be compounded, right? And I think that leads you into a space where you are feeling stuck, honestly, feeling as though you have to stay, feeling as though you have to stop the leaking, so to speak, where if you don't stop that leak, it's going to turn into this eventual flood. It's going to be a disaster, right? But you're doing this at your own expense. So there's a reminder here that you have a choice. Like all you have to do is make a choice, right? You make the decision to leave and then just allow things to fall into place, right? I think that there's a lot to be said that once you make that choice for yourself, a lot of this confusion will start to dissipate on its own, and you'll feel clearer. You'll feel more confident by the day in the decisions and choices that you're making. And I think with this all, the important message here is that spirit has your back, right? Spirit supports your decision. Whatever decision you make, spirit will show up for you. We have to be able to make that decision so we're not sending out this confused energy in our what we're desiring and what we're manifesting, right? If there's confusion, the universe doesn't really know what to bring you or how to help you. So once you make that decision, your energy kind of clears up a little bit. You get more clarity, and then everything can start to fall into place for you. Okay, so I think the question you have to ask yourself is, what value does this person bring to my life, right? If they're not able to commit to you, if they're not being consistent in their actions and they have that hot and cold behavior, why is it that you're feeling as though you have to stay? And feeling into that, I do feel like you could be concerned about your partner's stability if you decide that to leave them. I think that they might have put a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and you have a lot on your plate. So, of course, if you leave, you're kind of worried about how this person might be able to handle everything, right? Um, with this, I feel an energy of emotional dependence, or you could be emotionally dependent on one another. And what happens is all of these cycles tend to repeat, right? You might feel like you're responsible for this person's emotional stability, right? And maybe you're losing your identity in that. So, well, if I leave, they're going to lose it. They're not going to be able to handle things, right? Those type of things. And so then you stay out of simple concern. But what that's doing is it's suffocating you, right? Your peace matters too here. Okay. That's the message. And it's like the oxygen mask on the plane. You have to be able to put the oxygen mask on yourself to save yourself if you're going to be able to be well enough to help another, right? And so this is what you're doing in essence by choosing to leave this situation. This is where you are starting to really walk through this spiritual fire. With this Eight of Cups cards, you can see this person's leaving things that no longer serve them, going in search of their full Ten of Cups, their full happiness, right? By doing that, you're starting to walk through that spiritual fire, and a lot of things are starting to clear out, right? It's a massive clearing. It's like that phoenix rising from the ashes. As a result of that, you're going to be rewarded on the other side. So let it all burn away. Let it all burn down, right? I think that's where you have to kind of come to a realization that a steady love is really going to require you to let go of a lot of these cycles, a lot of these pressures, because it is suffocating you, right? And so if you're thinking about leaving and you feel that that's too much of a cross to bear, or you feel like that's too much to think about and you get overwhelmed and you decide to stay, consider the thought of staying and allowing this situation to play out. And this dynamic continually playing out can really bring you to a space where you're really unhappy, right? And you'll feel more and more stuck. And so allowing this to fall away is the best option at this point that you have. And so let the fire consume some of that guilt that's been eating at you, that you've been thinking about when you think about leaving. Allow the fire to burn that away, because it's bringing out everything underneath the surface, right? You can grow more and more resentment. It can start to bubble more and more. You feel more and more pressure if you were to stay. Okay, so decide right now, decide today that your mental space is no longer going to be consumed by this, that your peace, your future, your stability are more important than any dynamic that is playing out that is not serving you. Okay, throughout all of this, of course, take care of yourself, continue to ground yourself, get out, be in nature, go for walks, exercise, clear your energy, and allow yourself that physical rest when you feel called to do so, because it'll help you to get more clarity in the situation when you're not so mentally exhausted, okay, by everything. So it's uh, definitely bringing you out of a space of that chaos, out of that feelings of guilt, right? It's a decision that you make where as soon as you make that decision, there's an immediate energy shift, right? And it's an energy back to you, right? You stop leaking your power out of the indecision. It ends the mental exhaustion, and it ends that loop, that what if loop that keeps playing on repeat in your mind. And when you reclaim this energy, this is the energy that you will use to see you through this decision. So I do so hope that this has helped you on your journey, Cancer. If it has, please let me know in the comments. Even if you just want to say hi, let me know where you're from. It would really help me out. If you're interested in hearing future readings, please don't hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button so you're in the know of all the new content as it's released. And also don't forget to check out other aspects of your birth chart in order for you to get a clearer picture of what's going on. So make sure you check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and especially your Venus sign. Thank you so much. Take care.